Title: Closing a $1.8 million London deal. My wife emailed divorce papers. Selling your dad's house for $133K. I replied, go ahead. 48 hours later, her lawyer's voice shook. What did you do? Start: I was standing in a glass tower overlooking London, seconds away from closing a $1.8 million deal. The kind of contract that changes futures. My phone buzzed. Email from Sarah. Subject: Divorce Papers and Property Agreement. I opened the attachment. She wasn't even subtle. She listed my late father's house, worth $1.3 million minimum, as marital property. She wanted to sell it quickly for $133,000. A joke, a robbery, a betrayal written in legal ink. I stared at her digital signature, the same hand that used to write, I love you over breakfast. My reply was 3 words: go ahead. Thomas silence in the boardroom. My lawyer thought I lost my mind. I hadn't, not yet. We were college sweethearts. She loved my ambition. I adored her fire. We built a life together, late-night noodles in cheap apartments, dreaming of London skylines. Her hand in mine during my father's funeral, when I promised to protect everything he left behind. But dreams can rot. Success changes the air people breathe, especially those who think they deserve more than they earned. It began with the locked phone, the sudden work dinners, perfume that wasn't hers, whispers cut off when I entered rooms. Then the final clue. She forgot to log out of her email on our shared tablet. There it was, a thread with her lawyer dated 3 months ago. A perfect timeline lining up with my father's death. I scrolled deeper. Screenshots, conversations, smirking emojis. Her and some gym trainer discussing their fresh start, financed by selling my father's legacy. And then the phrase that hollowed me out. He's too busy to notice he's losing everything. She wasn't just leaving me, she wanted to destroy me. That night, I stood at the house she wanted to flip cheap. I touched the walls my father rebuilt with his bare hands. Something cold and unstoppable formed inside me. Not anger, precision. Revenge doesn't scream, it whispers. First, I called my financial advisor. I transferred every business asset into a holding company only I controlled. Accounts frozen to anyone but me. Then the house. Before she ever emailed divorce papers, I had already moved it into a trust. Sole beneficiary? My nephew. My father would have liked that. Legally, the house was no longer mine. It wasn't even marital property anymore. She didn't know. Her lawyer didn't know. But they would. I hired a forensic accountant, quietly. He traced every dollar she spent on her gym toy, every hotel room, every cash withdrawal. They added up, enough for an infidelity clause to detonate a divorce settlement. I didn't confront her. I didn't explode. I waited. Patience is torture, for them, not me. 2 days after her email, she burst into the house like a professional actress. Fake tears, shaky voice. Tom, we can end this peacefully. I nodded calmly. I agree. Her relief was insulting. She handed me the final agreement. The printed price of my father's house, still $133,000. I signed. A perfect trap always looks like surrender. She smiled, victory blinding her. That night, she celebrated with him, thinking she won. I saw the pictures. I had the restaurant cameras. I had their receipts. I slept well. 48 hours later, her lawyer called. His bravado was gone. Mr. Hayes, what did you do? I let silence poison the line before answering. You tried to steal a house I don't own. Confusion, papers rustling, panic. I continued. The trust was filed 4 months ago. The property is not marital. Your valuation is fraudulent. And since Sarah submitted misinformation knowingly, I slid the infidelity evidence across the table in front of me, waiting for the call to catch up. She waived spousal support, I said. You'll find that on page 3. His voice broke. But she thought, I know what she thought. Sarah arrived home moments later, smelling of cologne that wasn't mine. She saw me packing the last suitcase. Tom, stop. We can fix this. I handed her an envelope. Inside, evidence, statements, hotel key cards. Her face drained to ash. I spoke softly. You didn't lose. You just never understood the game. Her voice cracked. Please, don't leave me like this. You left long before the papers. I walked past her, suitcase rolling like thunder. She collapsed in the hallway, sobs choking the air. I didn't look back. Divorce finalized. No house, no money, no fresh start. Her gym boy? Gone the moment her bank balance hit 0. She left London last I heard, some town that can't pronounce my last name. Meanwhile, the $1.8 million deal closed. My company expanded. My nephew plays in the garden of the house she tried to steal. Sometimes revenge isn't loud. Sometimes the cruelest punishment is letting someone live with exactly what they deserve. People ask if I regret anything. I don't. I learned that silence is a weapon. Trust is a currency. And betrayal, when answered with precision, is the most beautiful justice.